And welcome to TalkFCB, and welcome back here to the channel, guys. In today's video, we are going to be discussing the breaking news that Barcelona against Napoli in our decisive second leg at the Camp Nou. It's going to be played without any fans inside the stadium due to the coronavirus outbreak, which right now is causing chaos right across the sporting world and, of course, the wider world as well. We're going to be discussing exactly what that means for Barcelona in today's video, along with the words of President Bartomeu, who's once again opened his mouth and said something that's ridiculous. But before we do get into all of that, guys, one thing I do want to say, with everything going on in the world right now, I just want to say a very, very happy Holly to everybody there who is going to be celebrating around the world. I wish you all the very best, because like I say, with everything happening right now, it's been such a mental start to 2020, and all we can hope, all of us together, is that things improve. But if we do indeed move on to that breaking news that Barcelona against Napoli in that decisive second leg game in the Champions League, that there is going to be played behind closed doors following the continued spread of COVID-19 right throughout Europe. The coronavirus is a real problem right now, and a meeting took place this morning between Barcelona, the club, and also the local government in Catalonia, and it was basically a meeting to sound out each other on how we should move forward, what exactly should be the protocol for the upcoming Champions League game, when of course we were expecting the Camp Nou to be absolutely packed to give us that edge in the second leg. And it was basically prompted there by the fact that Italy is on complete lockdown right now. Italy is one of the worst affected countries by the coronavirus. The spread there has been absolutely rapid, and of course Napoli there will be bringing their players over, and they'd also be bringing their away fans too. And it was the government therefore that were pushing Barcelona to close the doors of the Camp Nou completely, with the club suggesting there that maybe they could allow season ticket holders, maybe they could allow a small section of Barcelona fans to still go inside, but overall try and reduce the number of fans. But the government there was saying, no, we want you to completely close the doors, play it there behind closed doors, and in the end it was decided that no fans at all would attend the Champions League game next Wednesday. And it was shortly after that time that it was also confirmed there by La Liga that at least, and that's at least by the way, not just the maximum, this is the minimum, that the next two fixtures of all the teams in the division will be played there behind closed doors, which for Barcelona will mean that Mallorca away and Leganés at home will be played there without any supporters inside the stadium. But of course, those of you there with razor-sharp memories will be thinking this is not the first time that Barcelona will have played behind closed doors in recent memory. Although it was in different circumstances, cast your minds back there to October 2017, when Barcelona hosted Las Palmas with a completely empty Camp Nou on the day. During that time, of course, it was the time of the Catalan independence referendum. There was a lot of political stuff going on within the Catalonia region. Barcelona on that day won by 3-0. But I'm sure you'll all remember, it was a very strange feeling to watch the game with no fans inside the stadium. And it's actually gone even further in terms of preparation for that upcoming Champions League game there, with Napoli right now struggling to even get to Barcelona. Because like I say, Italy are on lockdown. Nobody's allowed to go, nobody's allowed to come. They're really trying to restrict the kind of travel that you can do in and out of the country. And also Spain have banned all air travel into the country from Italy, which means there that Napoli won't be able to fly into Barcelona, and they may actually have to, in the end, travel by bus to make the game, which of course will be a significantly longer journey. And that also, coincidentally, is something that Barcelona have gone through in the past, again, in different kind of circumstances. You think back there to 2010, the volcanic ash that was spread over Europe, which caused chaos to air travel, and Barcelona were forced to make their 1,000-kilometre trip to Milan to face into Milan by bus, which took 2 days. And I think it affected us when we got there because we lost that game. And so certainly, without a doubt, both sides of this game are going to be affected. Napoli, in terms of their preparation, there's no Serie A matches, they won't have any games right before this one to get themselves up to speed, and also their travel is going to be more complicated than it would have been in the first place. And what will this mean for Barcelona? What will this mean here to our Champions League hopes? Of course, the welfare and the health of all the people in these countries right now is paramount importance, but on the field, what's it going to mean there to our Champions League campaign. It will mean no home support, and I think that is a massive blow. You can't really underrate how important the Camp Nou is in our Champions League games. That home leg for us is absolutely vital, and we are in a good position. 1-1, we've got that away goal, but at the same time, playing in an empty stadium, that really does level the playing field. Napoli will come there, they won't really be intimidated by the crowd. You've got a pitch there that's basically 11 against 11. That's all that it is. They can go out there, and it's almost like playing right now on a neutral venue and not like a home game for Barcelona. So we can certainly feel right now pretty hard done by. And I would also ask the question right now, is it the answer to closed stadiums? Is it the answer here to host those games behind closed doors instead of maybe either postponing it, cancelling it, whatever the circumstance may be? Because you think about it right now, is it about people travelling from Italy? Is that what the Spanish government there want to avoid? They want to avoid the spread of the coronavirus, of course. But is it because of the fans that would have been coming over to go to the game? Could we have said no away fans? Could we have said there, it's a home game, we're going to bring our own fans, and we're not going to allow any of the fans there to travel to come in from Italy? That was one possibility. Number two, if it's simply there to avoid it spreading in Spain, and they don't want 90,000 fans inside a stadium, are you 100% sure that every single fan now that's not allowed to come to the game, are they going to watch the game from home? Are they there going to reside only in their own home? Because you can guarantee so many, the majority I would say, of the fans who would be going to the game, they'll go to a restaurant, they'll go to a bar, and they'll watch it in there instead. And that actually is worse. You think about it there, going to a restaurant, going to a bar, that's a much more confined space. It's easy there to spread the virus, as opposed to at the stadium, when it's much more open, and it's a larger scale entirely. So I'm not really sure here that closing the doors is the right way to go. I'm not claiming here to be an expert on COVID-19. I'm not claiming here to be an expert and have all the answers on what the best solution is. But I just think they're closing the doors. It's kind of just seems to me like you're spreading the problem to just a different place. What I will say though, guys, is if you have bought a ticket for the game, if you have arranged travel, a lot of people contacted me saying, look, I've got tickets, I'm so disappointed, and I really do feel for you. I'm really sorry that all this has happened and that you can't go to the game. What I would say is though, if you do have a ticket, there's no reason why it shouldn't, that should be refunded to you, no problem at all. With regard to travel, plane, hotel, you should be able to go through your travel insurance, through the agency there that you booked it through. They should have things in place that you can get your money back, and I really do hope that you guys have not been affected by this. And in terms of Barcelona, in terms of what we're seeing, I want to bring you here the words of Bartomeu, who came out and spoke earlier on today, because not only about the closure of the game, but there was also there another quote which made me absolutely incensed from the words of Bartomeu. He said the following: at today's meeting with the government, there was a strong recommendation to play the Napoli game behind closed doors. We deeply lament how this affects the members and the fans. This is an extraordinary situation. He said economically, the club will miss out on around €6 million through ticket revenue, but health is the most important factor here. We have to make these kind of adjustments. So Bartomeu there, not happy with the game being played behind closed doors, and it will cost the club there €6 million in revenue, which is a big deal for us right now. But this is the quote here that I am absolutely angry with. I'm so angry about this, and let's tell you what it is. He said, am I happy right now with the team's performances? And Bartomeu said the following: the results are okay, but no, I'm not satisfied with how we're playing. The team can improve, and we will do so. We will not have elections this summer. It's my responsibility, and it will only happen in 2021. And honestly, I don't believe that I could hate this man anymore. And that sounds strong, but you think about Bartomeu, who put us through absolute torture under Valverde for 2.5 years. Did he say anything after Liverpool, after Roma, after Valencia in the Copa del Rey final? He didn't say once that he was disappointed with how the team were playing. He didn't say once that he was disappointed with the results that we were getting. And that, for me, that is extraordinary. That he would think that right now it was an okay thing to do to criticise how Quique Setien's team has been playing, when, to be fair, we've still been playing better than how we were under Ernesto Valverde. And right now, ahead of the game at the weekend against Mallorca, guess how many first-team players Setien has at his disposal? 12. 12 first-team players, and Bartomeu thinks, yeah, you know what? I'm going to stick the knife in. It's not good enough. We're not playing well. This guy literally knows no bounds, and I hate him. I really, really do. And a lot of people, you know what, I'm just going to come out and say it now. A lot of people have said, oh, you know, you've been sacked by Barcelona. They don't want you working for them after you spoke out against Bartomeu. Well, you know what? It's not true. I actually took it upon myself to say no. I don't want to work for the club right now. And that breaks my heart because it was a dream to appear on the Barcelona channel. It truly, truly was. But you know what? I don't want to work under this clown. I do not want to work for 1 single second under Bartomeu because that guy, he's a disgrace. So that there, guys, was a pretty animated end to the video. Wasn't really expecting to go that much into detail, but you know what? I think it's out there, and certainly Bartomeu, every time he opens his mouth, he says something, you just take a step back, and you think, what on earth? What on earth is this guy going on about? It's ridiculous. Please leave your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. What do you think there about the decision to play the game between Barcelona and Napoli behind closed doors? I will see you soon, of course. Plenty more videos to come. They can't shut us out. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.